Excuse me. All right. So let me scooch this in. All right. So peep game, right? I just a video popped up maybe an hour ago on my YouTube, and I think it's from Kanye leaving Northwest's basketball game or something like that. But he did his little victory lap, uh, gave a speech, did some prayers and all that. And I was gonna stay away from the Kanye mess because I personally I can't stand Kanye West now. Kanye West is this I can't think straight. My anger level is like I can't fuck with Kanye. The fuck shit he's on, it's overwhelming to me, right? And I was gonna do a long live about it, invite people in to have a discussion, but decided against it because, like I said, my mental can't handle Kanye West. But I saw this video, and it's like enough is enough. You know what I mean? I want to talk about this one time, get it out there, and be done with it. Um, if other people wanted to discuss things, I'm open to it. But I'm gonna try to make this the only video I make on this topic because it is literally infuriating to me. But like I said, this video popped up maybe a little over an hour ago. I watched it, made me want to break things. But let's just check the video out together. I'll give you my little I'll give you my feedback, and we'll leave it at that. But let me pull this up real quick. All right, let's get into this. Let's get into it. Hope there ain't no feedback or static from that. All right. Gracie, what did you play? And I'm gonna be real. Like another factor is it's not about who all he's affecting that we've been talking about, but like, what about his? He's at Northwest, and he's doing this fuck shit right outside the stadium.
I mean, do you think you're being unfairly targeted for the comments you make?
Do you feel like it's unfair?
Yes, absolutely.
You know, I mean, anti-Semitic statements.
And I'm the one guy talking. I think it's this guy right here, the bottom of the screen. I think he's the one asking the questions, but he's the only one who's like trying to, like, he's not being disrespectful, but he's trying to hold Kanye accountable. And everybody else is just a bunch of fucking yes men. Yes, Kanye, we love you, Kanye. You're the victim, Kanye. Like, come on now.
It's never good for anybody, right? It's kind of like being anti-black.
But you know, it's really interesting. I didn't realize that I could be considered anti-Semitic till I read one of the definitions of anti-Semitism. Look at this.
Don't nothing about you been with Rockefeller. I'm sorry, been with Rockefeller for how long? Done all this work, all these business dealings with Jewish people, from music, fashion, sneakers, and you've never understood what anti-Semitic means, and people just eat that shit up. That's believable. Like, I'm so sick of people defending this fucking guy. It makes me sick to my stomach. Like, this is, if I sound extra emotional, it's because I am. If I sound like I'm taking this personal, it's because I am. Like, I'm sick of people trying to blame it on his mental health. Yes, we know Kanye has mental health issues. We know he's bipolar. At some point, we need to hold dude accountable, right? We cannot blame it on his mental problems any longer. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump, I'm sure he has mental health issues. Are we going to blame his racism on mental health now too? Klan members, we're going to blame their shit on mental health too? Like, I can't, man.
Definition says making mendacious, dehumanizing, demonizing, or stereotypical allegations of.
Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Let me see. Let me get to see. Okay, I'm gonna start that over so we can get the subtitles of him reading the definition.
I could be considered anti-Semitic till I read one of the definitions of anti-Semitism. Look at this. The definition says making mendacious, dehumanizing, demonizing, or stereotypical allegations about Jews as such, or the power of Jews as a collective, such as, especially, but not exclusively. This sounds like a unethical mind. All right, so it says, think about it, that sounds like the type of wording that's in the contracts, right?
Indeed.
Okay, it says, such as, especially, but not exclusively, the myth about a world Jewish conspiracy or of Jews controlling the media, economy, government, or other societal institutions.
But isn't that what you said? That Jews run everything?
Yeah, but that actually is considered to be anti-Semitic.
Right.
So I didn't realize that it was anti-Semitic to say, hey, you know, I have a Jewish attorney, I have a Jewish record label, I have a Jewish contractor, I have a.
Do you regret your statements?
See, and he trying to twist it as if he was just casually talking about how Jewish people are so, what I want to say, like how they're just running the world. Like he's saying it so nonchalant as if he wasn't attacking them in a degrading manner. You know what I'm saying? As if he was just saying, hey, my Jewish accountant. That's the way he's trying to make it seem. But he was over here motherfucking talking about DEFCON 3. And if anybody really knows the definition of DEFCON 3, please let it be known to everybody around, because I'm sick of Candace Owens and this motherfucker talking that horse shit about their definition. Like, stop.
But it's statements you think you should be walking back? I mean, considering.
What do you mean walking back?
Well, you know, backing up off of them. I mean, the thing is, you've lost a lot of endorsements. People are dropping you. You're getting, vilified. I mean, you might think you're right, but I think, there's a whole world out there that's condemning you for what you said.
Okay, so this right here is a chart of Universal Studios, 20th Century Fox, ABC News, CBS News, Columbia Pictures.
I mean, I understand what he's trying to do. We get it. There are a lot of powerful Jewish people running these major companies and labels and whatever. We understand that we weren't like, that was never an argument. We understand how powerful the Jewish community is. The issue is this dude running around trashing everybody, talking like the fuck shit that comes out of his mouth. You can't clean that up. You can't. And he apologizes in his video. It's only 16 minutes. I've been stopping too long, but I will play the whole video. But you can't walk all that back. He's apologizing, but nothing seems genuine to me. Nothing seems sincere to me. And I'll stop and I'll show you why. But all these people around him, except for that one guy, they're just eating this bullshit up. And I'm sick of the free thinking talk. Like, he is not. We're not gonna get into being a free thinker. What I feel a free thinker is completely different from what this dude portrays. I'll say that. But let's just finish this.
Warner Brothers, ESPN Sports, Fox News, Washington Post, Metro Go.
And listen to. I'm gonna start it over. Listen to all these companies he's mentioning right now. And yes, they might be owned by Jewish people, but who's really running these companies? You know what I'm saying? Especially ESPN. You do have Jewish analysts and whatnot, but who are the most noteworthy? You see what I'm saying? Like, all these people, or he's harping on all these companies and their Jewish power behind them. But these are the same companies that are letting people like Stephen A. Smith get those major contracts, or Shannon Sharp come off the field and sit out with Skip Bayless making that big money too. Jalen Rose, or not Jalen Rose, Jalen Rose, Jalen and Jacoby, like all these major Jewish ran companies are feeding and eating off of black people and other cultures, but they're still empowering these same cultures. You know what I'm saying? Like the NBA, yes, it is ran by. You know what? I don't even know if they're Jewish, but ran by white people. But you still got the LeBron James, the Steph Currys, the Kawhi, like these multi-million. LeBron's a billionaire now, right? Or I guess he has been for a little bit, but he had billionaire status. If Jewish people was out to just keep their foot on our necks so they can eat and we just get the bare minimum, how is dude out here one of the biggest names in sports entertainment? He's doing movies. He got his own school. Like this. This is okay. My bad. I'm sorry, but this is what I'm saying. I'm so fed up with the Kanye, and I'll be 100% transparent with y'all. It didn't really get to this level for me until Kanye started attacking black people. Now, that might be sound fucked up to y'all, and I understand. Like I was never backing Kanye's horse shit, but it was still Kanye, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Until he started talking that talk about slavery was a choice, and then it just progressively gets worse and worse and worse with him, right? And I'm at my breaking point. There's just been too much this Kanye overload. You know what I mean? Like I felt for him in his split with Kim. She instantly moved on to Pete, and it was funny for a little bit, the back and forth between. Well, it wasn't really back and forth. Pete barely said shit, but him going at Pete, calling him Skeet and all this other shit. And okay, but after like the first 2 weeks, I swear to God, it got to a point where, okay, what's the point now? Homie's not worried about you. He's not going to respond. You know what I'm saying? And I caught myself defending Pete a couple times because we knew he was dealing with his mental health issues, his alcohol or drug and alcohol issues. And we knew he was actually working on himself. And I feel it's low and grimy to go after somebody when you know they're dealing with shit and trying to get better. So I muted Kanye on Instagram. I couldn't. It just got worse. You know what I'm saying? And I'm rambling, and I apologize. I might re-record this, but I might not. I want this to be as raw as it is. I'm not going to edit or anything. I'm going to just record and then post. But I can't be the only one feeling the way I feel right now about Kanye in this situation. But let's get back to the video.
Columbia Pictures, Warner Brothers, ESPN Sports, Fox News, Washington Post, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, MTV Music Television, Nickelodeon, USA Today, Wall Street Journal, Comedy Central, NBC Entertainment, Google, what else do we have? Disney, ABC Kids and Family, YouTube, Los Angeles Times, Discovery Network, Paramount Pictures, Facebook, Huffington Post, Yahoo, Marvel, Hulu, Cosmopolitan, Time, Touchstone, Associated Press, Pixar, Miramax, HBO, New York Post, LucasArts, MSNBC, DreamWorks Animation. Now, the thing is, I skipped over maybe about 5 of them because it was just unclear on this list. The red are the executives that are Jewish.
Executives, that's what it is.
At these companies.
The execs that's what he's using to back up his bullshit. These are ran by Jewish execs. So the fuck what? Who cares who the fucking execs are? Because again, like I said previously, these companies are still, they're eating off of the work of minorities, everybody really. But his focus is on and this is another part of my issue with him. His focus is on how Jewish people are using black people, but he hit billionaire status under these Jewish people because of these Jewish execs. And then he didn't expect retaliation. You know, like, am I bugging? Am I wrong? But again, these Jewish execs, like I mentioned, LeBron, I think Denzel, he said Touchstone and Miramax, all these other movie companies, TV companies. Denzel, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Oprah, because she was on a lot of these networks at one point, and then until she got her own damn TV station. But black people have been eating off of these people and building more and more under these Jewish execs. Like, I don't want to say, I'm not going to get into that. I don't want to talk about how we could be learning from them, but I'm sure we are. But my issue is, I'm gonna cut this out. Cut this piece out. I can't. Let's just get back to the video.
Do you think they stuck together when they heard what you said? Was that what happened?
Well, what I said is, hey, I've had experiences where it felt like I was being teamed up on, and
I want to guarantee you this. I'm gonna guarantee you this. I'm sure because everybody goes through that, no matter what. I felt that in the fucking military, but I guarantee you, he didn't start feeling this way, that he was being teamed up on and whatnot, until he started going against Jay-Z, started going against Rockefeller, started beefing with half the artists on Good Music, started beefing with Drake. All those relationships he tarnished. Then he became public enemy number one in his eyes, right? I don't think they were just, we gotta put our foot on Kanye's neck. We gotta hold him down. He did this shit to himself.
I didn't realize that term would be considered to be anti-Semitic. So I had a mediation with Adidas today, and I think Adidas felt like, because everyone else was ganging up on me, that they had the right to just take my designs. And I feel like,
and I don't know that I've seen different posts. I don't know who owns what likenesses, but apparently he only designed the slides, and Adidas actually, I don't know, maybe I'm saying that wrong, but he's responsible, I guess, for the slides, and Adidas has all the other models, the 350s, 380s, 700s, all that. That's all Adidas, and they just put his name on it. I don't know that to be fact, but that's just what I'm hearing. But it's always he said, she said. And I guess we'll never really know because we're not in those offices.
Right now, I feel like that was, in Christianity, we don't say karma, we say you reap what you sow. And I feel like this is God humbling me right now, because there's two things that are happening.
This is when it got bad for me, right? Like, I was just casually listening up until this point, and now we're going to bring God in it. We're going to bring church into it. Now, Pastor Ye, he got to come up here and preach. He about to do some prayers, and that's phony shit to me. That is so fake. That, like, it's because, like I said, it bothers me where people are using his mental health to justify his bullshit, and now he's about to use God to further push that narrative.
A lot of times when I would say, "Oh, I'm the richest black man," it would be a defense that I would use for the mental health conversation. to say, "Oh, you guys say I'm crazy."
And that's another thing. Why does he keep saying that? At what point was he the richest black man? He was never fucking with Diddy, never fucking with Dre. Like there are plenty big billionaire status, like way over Ye, as it pertains to black men. Why does he keep thinking he's above everybody? Who told him this? I just and I don't believe, and I can't say this with any certainty. I don't believe Kanye's revenue streams are on the levels of LeBron's. To be real, I could be wrong, but I don't. And I'm not saying there's this wide gap between them, but I don't believe Ye's is on LeBron's level. That might be something I want to look into. Somebody might want to look into that, see where Ye was peaking, and see where Bron's peaked. Over, we'll say before this past month or something. I don't know, but I just that's another thing that irks me. Why you got to talk about how much money you have? He's over and over again talking about I'm the richest black man. You don't hear Dre talking about it. Everybody's bringing it up to him. You don't hear Diddy talking about how much money he got. Everybody bringing it up to him. Come on now.
But look at this. I made money.
Tyler Perry. That's another one. He's not on that level. Come on now.
And but that is not godlike to be showing off. So if it's not godlike, then God will take that, because it's all the church's money, right? So what's happening right now is I'm being humbled. Another thing that's happening is by me being burned to the flesh every single day, it's actually proving what I had to say. So when I went to the mediation, what I want to say is, like, black people are like, okay, Lex Friedman got you to apologize. Pierce Morgan got you to apologize to the Jews, but you never apologized to us about the George Floyd comment that made us feel bad. Now, the thing is, okay, JFK, they got a lot of documentaries about how it happened. So we can argue.
Before he goes into this horseshit, he had to be told by all these other people why his words were anti-Semitic. Why? You know what I mean? Like, in no way this motherfucker didn't understand why saying slavery was a choice was hurtful to black people. Why wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt was offensive to black people. By saying Derek Chauvin, however you say his last name, didn't kill Floyd, was offensive to black people. He didn't need told that. He knew this. And this is my issue. This is my issue with Kanye. And again, I'm only focusing because personally, his attacks on black people affect me. I grew up on Kanye West. I grew up loving Kanye West. His music made you feel something. He felt, it felt like you grew up with Kanye. Like we was in the same neighborhood. We knew each other. We went to grade school together. That's the feeling he gave me when I listened to his music early on. And then somewhere down the lines, and a lot of people might cut the line off a little later, but 808 and Heartbreak, he started losing me. This wasn't the same Kanye. Like, I'm all about everybody's growth and music changes. Like Kendrick, every album was something different. I'm good with that. 808 and Heartbreaks, it wasn't the same message from Kanye. It was more, I got that status now, so I'm gonna talk my shit. You know what I mean? That's completely different from College Dropout. You know what I'm saying? But and I'm gonna let it ride a little bit more. I might just cut this off. I don't even want to hear all this, to be honest with you. I can't do it twice in a row. But seriously though, like he didn't need to be told why he hurt the people he's continually going to war over. And that's why he's going after Jewish peoples, right? Because he's fighting for black people. And this makes sense to everybody else, right? Like all the talk about the black on black crime and all this other shit, we get that. We tear ourselves down. We understand as a culture, we're not where Jewish people are. We understand that. But some of us are trying to be better, trying to make it easier and better for our kids. No, we're not all together as a culture. But I'm gonna tell you one big factor right now. People like Kanye fucking West. Part of the problem. This is why we as a culture can't all come to fucking together. And I'm gonna be on these are my personal feelings. So I'm not trying to speak for anybody else. Me personally, nobody's been as divisive for the black community than Kanye fucking West these past couple years. Trump don't got shit on Kanye fucking West right now. And that's real talk. That's how I feel. Y'all can clown me in the comments, and I respect everybody's opinion. I'm not here to tell people how to feel or how they can't feel. These are my personal feelings. But somebody needs to say something. Because people have, to be real, people have been calling him out. Diddy, Pharrell, not Pharrell. Who was it? Well, I mean, Big Sean's called him out. Like a lot of people have called him out, but nobody really talks about that. Those conversations aren't being had. Like those videos, they'll pop for a day and then they're gone, right? Russell Simmons called but nobody's really talking about that. We keep feeding into this bullshit, and I just personally, man, I don't understand why people aren't. I don't know what can be done, to be real with you, outside of what's been done. But why do people keep feeding into this? Why do people keep giving him this space to be such a fucking clown? Fuck boy, yay. And I've watched every interview because I like drama. I'll say that right now. I don't want to be caught in my feelings for, I don't want to say no reason, but I don't want to overreact to a situation if I don't know the full facts, right? So I watch every video or every interview, every time he opens his mouth, I'm here. I want to see what he got to say, just to see if maybe I'm taking it the wrong way. That has not been the case. Every time this motherfucker opens his mouth, it gets worse. Every time. Let me get maybe 5 more minutes. It's almost half an hour already. Let's just
argue about how it happened, which I like the fact that we can do that. But regardless, when I see that video as a black person, it hurts my feelings. And I know that police do attack, and America is generally racist. And I understand that when we got to say Black Lives Matter, that the idea of it made us feel good together as a person, as a people, right? When let me say it so the soundbite is better for you guys. When the idea Black Lives Matter came out, it made us come together as a people. Now afterwards, yes, there was some things where the money went. There were some things where it was used in order to push us to the Democratic vote. There were people behind it involved. That happened, but the general feeling. So when I said that, and I questioned the death of George Floyd, it hurt my people. It hurt the black people. So I want to apologize to hurting them, because right now God has shown me by what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing, I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck now.
Because these multi-million-dollar companies decided we're not just going to let Kanye make us look fucking bad no more. He understands what it feels like to have a knee on the neck. Bro, if that ain't the most... That's the most disrespectful, insensitive bullshit I've ever fucking heard, man. He's comparing backlash from his actions to a black man being murdered in the streets like a fucking dog. I'm not calling George Floyd innocent. I don't know what was really going on that day. I know it didn't need to escalate the way it did. He didn't have to die. And Chauvin puts his knee in the neck. Okay, after so long, it's okay to ease back, take a little weight off. You know what I'm saying? He was down. He wasn't moving. What was there? Five or six officers there? He wasn't going nowhere. Get what I'm saying? And that's my only issue with the George Floyd situation. He didn't need to die. That did not have to happen. He's not a martyr to me. He's not a saint. None of that shit. I understand the talking points from fucking Candace Owens and nah, he was never Superman for me. I'm not Steven Jackson. He wasn't my best friend. No disrespect. No disrespect, because I love Jack. I love Jack. I support Jack. But I didn't know George Floyd personally. So I'm not going to comment or build feelings based on what I think he was as a human being. But I know he was a human being. He was a man, a father, a child. Deserved a little more dignity than that. Being suffocated like that in front of how many people? You know what I mean? And now we're gonna belittle that situation, that life that was lost, by saying Kanye figuratively can relate to having a knee in his neck. I can't, bro. I can't. For the life of me, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm done with Kanye. I am, man. And people might be looking at me like I'm crazy. Why am I giving him this energy? I can't understand why other people are co-signing his shit. And the world we were willing to tear the U.S. apart over Trump and his rhetoric a couple years ago, right? Why are we not giving Kanye that same energy? How can anybody? And you know what it is? You know what it is? A lot of these videos I've been seeing on Ye, not all of them, but a lot of them. A lot of these videos I've been seeing, these boys who they how do I want to say it? Anything involving a black man, they're supporting him, no matter if he's right or wrong, right? Them dudes, them kind of dudes where I don't care if he killed somebody, he wasn't wrong, because what did they do to him? the same shit the media, or not the media, but what are they, left wing, right wing? I don't even know what fucking wing they are. The Candace Owens and them types of people. The Ben I don't even know what that fucking dude's name is, but those kind of people. The B Tatums, that dirty motherfucker. Just want to attack their own people. Trash them. They probably say the N word, the hard N word, in when they're around all their friends. I can't, man. I can't. I love myself. I love my family. I love my people too fucking much to support some of this clown shit. And I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a Scorpio, so I hold grudges. I don't know if I can ever accept Kanye back in my life. Not that he gives a fuck, but I can't, man. I don't think I could ever support Kanye again. Because and because like I said, like the bond I felt with him when I listened to his music early on, right? Like first time I ever heard Kanye, that song was Slum Village, Selfish. First time I ever heard Kanye. I'm like, I'm vibing with it, right? And I can't remember if what was it? What was his first album? Yeah, College Dropout, Late Registration. What was the other one? There was another one, but I don't know if that's that collab with Slum Village came out first, but that's when I really started rocking with Kanye. A little bit, fast forward a little bit. George Bush doesn't like black people. That hit me hard because I was 17 and enlisting in the army at that point. So I'm paying more attention to George Bush, the treatment of black people in the military. You know what I mean? So this was just personal for me on different levels. When I fall in love with an artist, right? Athlete, musician, whatever, there's something that I have to force myself to relate to them. I can't just rock with their music. It's always deeper for me. That's just me. I take it deep, right? So, like I said, I feel like I grew up with Ye. I feel like we grew up on the block together, right? We went to grade school together. That's how I feel. That's the feeling he gave me. Now I feel like he just punched my mom in the mouth and raped her. Excuse the analogy, because, and I'm not trying to belittle any rape victims or anything like that. But that's how much I hurt from seeing the person that he is right now. Like, so hurt. This shit almost had me on the verge of tears, bro. This is painful. How can somebody I looked up to and loved so much hurt me in such a powerful, like, it wasn't just like I made a move on your wife. It was just one time. You know what I mean? It wasn't just that. This was deeper. I'm done with the analogies because they get wild, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. I hope you can understand why I feel the way I feel. And again, man, I'm gonna try to keep it at only this video. I might want to react to the rest of this video later. But for now, I gotta call it quits, man. I gotta call it quits. But I welcome all open dialogue. If you guys watch this, I hope you do. I just want some. I welcome all open dialogue. We can have a conversation about it. We don't need to. I won't cuss nobody out. I'm not that guy. I love arguing. You know what I mean? And I like learning new things. So if there's a viewpoint that I'm overlooking, please hit me with it. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's all I got for tonight. This has just been on my heart for a while. and I've been putting it off, trying to stay away from it for all these reasons, but it's unavoidable apparently. But man, I hope you guys got something out of this video. If please hit me up in the comments, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this situation. We can even just rehash old feelings for Ye. I'm here for that too. Just relive the good days as if he's gone on. But I don't feel personally his words are really helping anyone, but they're definitely potentially hindering and hurting his kids. And we haven't had those conversations yet. But to be doing this outside of the arena when your daughter just had a basketball game, I could be wrong, but I believe that's where they said he was at this moment. But that's off the wall to me. But man, 41 minutes. I apologize. I rambled way too long, but I had to get this off my chest. You know, I had to say something to make myself feel better. I couldn't just bottle this in. But please, if you enjoyed this content or you would enjoy a little dialogue, I'm here for that too. Drop a like, hit me in the comments. If you haven't already, subscribe. And until next time, man, that's all we got. I love y'all.